Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum student. Today I will solve another IGCSE past paper October-November 2022 variant 1. Now let's start the paper. The question 1 of this paper, write down a common multiple of 18 and 24. Now we write the multiple of 18. The multiple of 18, first multiple is 18, 1s are 18, 18 2s are 36, 18 3s are 54, 18 4s are 72, and same are the multiples of 24. We write it 24, 48, 72, and the common multiple will be 72, and this is the answer. Next question number 2, a train journey starts at 23:40 and finish at 6:50. Work out the time taken for this journey. Now we can find the time taken for this journey by directed line, and we mention the time in this line. This is the time 23:40, and after 20 minutes plus 20 minutes the time become 0 0, and you see here it finished at 6:50. Suppose this is the 6 hours, and next is the 6:50 is the time. Now you can see here the total time for this journey, that is 6:50 hours plus 20 minutes. Now 6:50 plus 20 minutes, you can find 0 plus 0, 5 plus 2, 70, 670. Now you can write it as 6 into 1 hours plus 10 minutes. That value become 7 hours and 10 minutes. Now 7 hours, 10 minutes is the answer. Next is the question number 3. Write 32 as a fraction of 2 meter. Give your answer in simplest form. Firstly, we convert the meter into centimeter. 2 meter is equal to 200 centimeter. Therefore, 32 as a fraction of 200 centimeter means 32 out of 200. Now you can write it as 4 8s are 32, 4 5s are 20, and 4 0 0. Now you divide it by 2, you get 4 over 25, and this is the answer. Next is the question 4. You see here question 4, divide $200 in the ratio 7:3. Now you see here total parts is equal to 7 plus 3, that is equal to 10. Now 10 parts value equal to 200. Now 1 part value will be equal to 200 divided by 10, that is 20. Now this is the $200 and this is $20. 7 part value will be equal to 7 multiply 20, that's equal to $140, and the 3 part value will be equal to 3 multiply 20, and that is equal to $60. Therefore, the 7 part value is 140 and 3 part value will be $60. Now next question. Question 5, the diagram shows 2 straight lines intersecting the parallel lines. Find the value of x. You can see here this angle 55 degree, and that angle is also 55 degree, and this is the corresponding angle of parallel line. Suppose we name it as A will be equal to 55 degree. Now we can write it as corresponding angles. Now you see here, and the angle x 75 and 55, all these angles are the adjacent angle on straight line. Therefore, x plus 71 plus 55 degree is equal to 180 degree because the sum of adjacent angle on straight line are 180 degree. Therefore, x will be equal to 180 minus 71 minus 55. Now we can write it that is 109 minus 55, and that value become 4 and 54, and this is the 54 is the answer. Now go to the next question. Question number 6. The price of computer is 520. The price is reduced by 15% in a sale. Now the sale price. Now we find the sale price will be equal to cost price minus discount price. You see here the cost price of computer was 520 minus discount is 50% of 520. Now we get 520 minus 15 over 100 multiply 520. Now we get 5 times 2 is 10, 5, 3 and 26. Now we can write it 520 minus, and that value equal to 442, and this is the answer. You see here question number 7. The diagram shows the element of set, universal set P and Q. Complete the statement P equal to, you see here these are the element of P, A, B, C, D. We write it A, B, C, D, and the P union Q. The number of element of P union Q region is the P and Q and number of element. You see here the number of element in P and Q 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can write it as 6. Question number 8, part A. Write down the next term in this sequence. You see here is a very simple. This is the multiple of 3. You see here the you can write it as 3 power 1, and that is 3 power 2. This is the 3 power 3, and this is the 3 power 4. The next term will be 3 power 5 and 3 power 6. The 3 power 5 will be equal to 243, and 3 power 6 will be equal to 3 3s are 9. You multiply this value by 3. 3 are 9, 3 4s are 12. 1 carry, 3 2s are 6, and 729. Therefore, 243 and 729 is the answer. Find next part B. Find the nth term of this sequence. You see here the difference between sequence is 4. And next sequence, you see here the difference 17 to 21 is also 4. And next is also 4. Therefore, the difference, first difference is same. Therefore, this is the linear sequence. Now, in the linear sequence, the nth term will be equal to a n plus p. And this is the term rule value, not 4. And this value is considered as a. And that is 4n plus. Now, the b can be found by the difference of 13 minus 4. The difference between 13 minus 4, you can find b. And that value will be equal to 9. You can write it as 4 is 9. Here, this is the nth term value is 4n plus 9. This is the answer. Question 9. Without using calculator, work out 1 over 3 plus 5 over 6. Now we write it here for 1 over 3 plus 5 over 6. You see here the denominator of both fractions are not same. Therefore, we make the denominator same. Here we multiplied by 2 this fraction, and denominator and numerator also. Therefore, we get 2 over 6 plus 5 over 6. Now the answer is 7 over 6. And we can write it as 6 times 1 is 6. and 1 is the remainder, 6, 1 over 6 you can write it as. Next is now question number 10, simplify 18x power 18 divided by 9x power 9, you can write it as 18x 18 over 9x power 9. Now 9 times 2 is 18, you can write it as 2, and the power of x is 9. When you shift from denominator to numerator, the power will be subtracted. 18 minus 9, you can write it as 2 into x power 9 is the answer. Now this is the 2 into x power 9 is the answer. Question 1, solve the simultaneous equation. This is the equation 1. We name it as equation 1. This is equation 2. Now to find the value of x and y, we subtract the equation 2 from 1. Now the equation 1 is x minus 3y, left hand side, and the left hand side of equation 2 is 2x minus 3y. Now this equation 2 is subtracted from 1, we write it as. Now second right hand side is 7 minus 11, we can write it. Now you see here x minus 3y minus 2x minus plus 3y equal to minus 4. 3, you see here left hand side minus 3y plus 3y will be 0y, you can write it, you can cancel it. Now 1x minus 2x, that's equal to minus x equal to minus 4. Therefore x equal to 4, and the value of y can be, you can find. Now substitute the value of x in equation 1. Now you substitute in equation 1, you get x minus 3y equal to 7. Here x is 4 minus 3y equal to 7. Now you can write it minus 3y equal to 7 minus 4, and that's equal to minus 3y equal to 3, and that y will be equal to 3 over minus 3, and then y will be equal to minus 1. And this is the answer. Now we go to the next question. Now question 12. Triangle PQR is similar to triangle ABC with PR equal our AC equal to 2 over 3, AB equal to 9. Find the area of triangle, and the area of triangle ABC is 18 centimeters square. Find the length PQ. Now you see here the triangle PQR is similar to triangle AB. Therefore, the corresponding side ratio will be equal. We can write it as PQ over corresponding side of this triangle will be AB, PQ over AB equal to, you see here, PR our AC, PR our AC, and you see here PR our AC is 2 over 3, and PQ value, PQ is written as it is, and AB is 9, you can write it as 9. Now PQ is written as it is, and AB is 9. Therefore, you can write it as PQ will be equal to 2 over 3 multiplied by 9. Now you get 3 3s are 9, 3 2s are 6. PQ is 6 centimeter is the answer. Next is the find the area of triangle PQR. Now these two triangles similar, therefore the ratio of the area of triangle will be equal to the square of the ratio of the sides between them. Now we write its area of triangle PQR, our area of triangle ABC. That will be equal to square of the corresponding side ratio. Now you see here these are the corresponding sides. Now you can write it as PR our AC whole square. Now you can write it, area of triangle PQR is written as it is, and the area of triangle ABC is 18 centimeter square, and PR our AC length is also given here is 2 over 3. You see here is 2 over 3 whole square. Therefore area of triangle PQR will be equal to 2 over 3 square is 4 over 9, and our 18 will be shift from left to right side. It will be multiplied the fraction. Now 9 times 2 is 18. You can write it 4 2s are 8, and this is the 8 is the area of the triangle PQR. Next is the question number 13. Now question 13, the diagram shows the speed time graph for first 50 seconds of a car journey. Find the acceleration of the car during first 5 seconds. Now you see here, this is the speed time graph. Now from the speed time graph, you can find the acceleration by taking the gradient of this line. Now the first 5 seconds you see here, this is the 0 to 5. This line is the speed time graph, and you will take the gradient of this straight line. You can find the acceleration. Now the gradient of this line will be vertical height over horizontal height. Now you see here, this is the vertical length, and this length is horizontal. Vertical is 14 minus 0. You can write it as acceleration will be equal to 14 minus 0. Our horizontal length is 5 minus 0. Now therefore the answer will be 14 over 5. That will be equal to 2.8. This is the 2.8 meter per second square is the answer. Next is the find the distance during the 15 seconds. You know, to find the distance from the speed time graph, you can take the area under this graph, you can find the distance. Therefore, the area under this graph, distance will be equal to area under speed time graph. Now you see here, this is the trapezium shape, and these two lines are parallel. You can find by using this formula 1 over 2 sum of parallel sides a plus b into height. Now you see here, the parallel sides are, you can see this is the 15 is the length of A, and next length is B. B can be found. You see here, this is the 15 and this length is 5. Now the difference between 15 minus 5 will be equal to B. Now you can write it here. B is 15 minus 5 is 10. Now the height is this is the height, and this length equal to 14. Now you put the value is 14. Now you get 15 plus 10 is 25, multiply by 14 divided by 2, you get 2 times 7 is 14. Now 25 times 7 is 175. Question 14. Describe fully single transformation that maps a triangle A onto triangle B. You see here, this is the triangle A and this is the triangle B. You can see the size of the triangle are same, and but orientation of this triangle B is different from A. Therefore, this type of transformation, it would be rotational transformation. Now to describe fully, firstly we find the center of rotation. We can find the center of rotation by using this compass. Now this is the digital compass. Now to find the center of rotation, firstly we join the object and image point. Suppose we take this point A1 and this is B1. Now next is the, you see here, this is the point A2 and this point is B2. Now the perpendicular bisector between A1 B1 we will draw by using this digital compass. Now you can see here, firstly you A1 taking as a center. When you take, you will draw here an arc on right side. Okay. Now you can draw same arc on the left side. You see here. Okay, now you take the image point taking as a center. Now you will draw the arc on left side, for you see here. And same here, you will draw the arc on right side. Okay. Now you can get the angle perpendicular bisector by joining these intersecting points of these arc. Now you see here, this is the perpendicular bisector between A1, B1. Next, you will take the perpendicular bisector between A1 and B2, A2 and B2. Now you see here, again, you will take the A2 as a center and you will draw an arc here. And same arc on the right side. You will draw an arc on the right side. And next you will take the B2 as center. You will draw the arc here on left side. Okay. Now same radius arc on right side. Now you get the perpendicular bisector between A to B2 by joining these 2 points. You see here. You can see these 2 perpendicular bisector meets at this point. This is the point. And this point is the center of rotation. And this is the 5, 3. Now we write it as 5, 3 is the center of rotation. Now to find the angle of rotation, we can find the angle of rotation by joining the center of rotation to the object point. You see here. Now we join the R to A1 and then image point to R. You see here, this is the angle between A1, R, B1 will be equal to 90 degree. And this triangle A transformed to B. And this shows that is the angle in clockwise direction. Therefore, we write it as the transformation is rotational transformation, and the center of rotation is 5, 3 in clockwise direction. And this is the answer. Question 15, the perimeter of a sector of a circle with radius 8 centimeter is 26 centimeter. Calculate the angle of sector. You know, angle of sector, this is a circle, and the part of the circle, this part of the circle is called sector of the circle. Now to find the angle of this sector region, suppose that this angle is theta, we have to find, and this length, you see here the radius is 8 centimeter, and this is 8, and total perimeter of the sector is 26. Now the perimeter is equal to radius plus arc length. Now this is the arc length, and this arc length will be equal to theta over 360 multiplied by 2 pi r. Now radius you see here 8 plus 8. The perimeter is 26. Now you can write it 26 minus 16. That's equal to 10. And theta over 360 multiplied 2 multiplied by pi, and you see here r is 8 Therefore, you can write it as 16 pi over 360 into theta. That will be equal to 10, and therefore theta will be equal to 10 multiply 360 divided by 16 pi. You see here 10 multiply 360 divided by 16 divided by 3.142. Now the answer is 71.6. We write it here 71.6. And this is the angle 71.6 degree. That's the answer. Now we move to the next question. Question 16. The diagram shows a circle of 8 chords. Calculate the value of u, v, and w and x. Now, before finding this angle, you have to follow the rule. Here the rules are given. Now, after applying this rule, you can find the angle easily. Now, you see here, first is the mark the radius. Now, you see here, there is no center is mentioned. Therefore, the property of this mark the radius cannot be applied here. Next is the angle at circumference by diameter. We can skip it also. Now, the tangent and radius, we can skip. And also these 4 properties, we skip it because the center is not mentioned. Next is the angle in same segment by a chords will be equal. Apply this property. So firstly, we mark these points. We name the points on circumference. This is suppose A, B, C, D, and E. Now we see that the angle at C, D, E, what angle are making here? Now you see here when we take the first chord AB, you see here the angle by this chord AB, the angle make on circumference ACB. Now you can write it ACB. Now you see here this chord AB, the angle at circumference at C, and this chord also making an angle at circumference is T. Now you can write it ADB. Now this chord AB and this chord is also AB. Now the angle will be on the same segments by a chord will be equal. You see here this angle is ACB is 20 and ADB is equal to U. Now you see the next angle you see here. The angle is at this position. You see here the angle at B. You can write it as name CDB, CBD angle by chord CD. We take this chord CBD, and the next angle by this chord is at A. Now you can write it as CAD. Now you see here the CBD will be equal to CAD. CAD is x degree. You can write it as x degree. And this angle is already mentioned 20. You see here the next chord. In the next chord BC, the angle at this chord making an angle at A is, this angle is BAC equal to BDC. BDC. This is the V degree angle. BAC is V. Now BDC is also V degree. Now you write it as V degree. Now after mentioning these angles, take the next property. Sum of opposites angle is 180 in cyclic quadrilateral. You see here, this is in cyclic quadrilateral ACDE. You can write cyclic quadrilateral ACDE. Cyclic quadrilateral, the quadrilateral in which the all corner touches the circle. You see here this circle. these points touches the circle. Now the opposite angle, you see here, this is angle 72 plus W. This is the opposite angle, 72 and W. The sum of the opposite angle, 72 plus W will be 180. Therefore, W is equal to 180 minus 72. That is equal to 108. Now we write it as 108. Now the next is, you see here, this is the triangle CD, and we name it as, suppose, F. CFD, you can write in triangle CFD, the angle V plus 72 plus 56, V plus 72 plus 56 equal to 180. Now you can write it as 180 minus 72 minus 56. That's equal to 108 minus 56, and this is equal to 52 degree. You see here, the V degree is equal to 52 degree. Now we write it at 52 degree. Now you can mention these angles. Now firstly, you see here, this is the 20 degree. You can see here, this is 52 degree. And next is the W. You see here, W is equal to 108. This is the 108. Now you can write it. The last is, you have to find X degree. You see here, this is the another cyclic quadrilateral, ABDC. In ABDC cyclic quadrilateral, in cyclic quadrilateral ABCD, the opposite angle of sum of opposite angle of cyclic quadrilateral equal to 180. Now this is the diagonally opposite angle. You see here, 20 plus 72 plus 52 plus X degree will be equal to 180. Now you can write it, 92 plus 52 plus X degree equal to 180. Now you see here, that's value equal to 180 minus 92 minus 52. Now you can write it 36 degree. This, the answer is 36 degree. We have to write here 36 degree is the answer. Now the X degree will be equal to, you can calculate it, that is equal to 36 degree, and this is the answer. Question 17, simplify 3125 x power 3125 whole power is 1 over 5. To simplify, firstly, you will factorize the number 3125, and that number can be divided by 5. Now 5 times 6 is 30, 5 times 2 is 10, 5 5s are 25. Next is 5 1s are 5, 5 2s are 10, 5 5s are 25. And next is the same here is 25 and 5 5, 25, and that's 5 1s are 5. You can write it 5 power 5. And X is 3125. Now 1 over 5. Now we simplify it, 5 power 5 into 1 over 5. And same here is X power 3125 5 multiply 1 over 5. 5 will be cancelled. You see here 5, and that is 5 can be divided by 3125. 5 6 are 30, 5 2s are 10, and that value become 25, 5 6 are 25. Now the 5 into X power 625, and this is the answer. Now the next question. Now question number 18, calculate the length of BC of this triangle. You see here, this triangle having angle A 115 and the angle B is 35. Now we have to find the length, BC length. We name it as small a. The opposite of the vertex A is small a. Now we name the, you see here, there are two angles and two sides. The relationship between when two angles and two sides, we use the sine rule. Now you see here, the sine rule is you can write it, the length of the side divided by sine of the angle A opposite of this side angle. Now this is 115, and same here is 7 over sine of, you see here when you take the 7 sine over sine C. Now you can find angle, this angle. Now you see here, this is the, now this angle C can be easily calculated. You see here 180 minus 115 minus 35, because sum of interior angle of triangle is 180. Now you can calculate it. 180 minus 150, that's equal to 30 degree. Now you write it as sine 30. Now you put the value, sine C is 30 degree. Now therefore A's length will be equal to 7 over sine 30 multiply sine 115. Now we can calculate it. Now 7 multiply 115 sine divided by 30 sine, that's equal to 12.68. 12.68. Now the 3SF value will be equal to 12.7 centimeter is the answer. Question number 19, expand and simplify. You see here, this is the expression 2x plus 3 into x minus 2 whole square. Now we can write it 2x plus 3 into x minus 2 into x minus 2. Now that value will be equal to x square minus 2x minus 2x minus minus plus 4. We can write it as x square minus 4x plus 4, and this expression is written as it is 2x plus 3 and 2x plus 3. Now we multiply 2x to x square and all others values. Now we multiply 2x into x square, that's equal to 2x cube. Next is 2x multiply minus 4x minus 8x square. 2x multiply 4 plus 8x. Now multiply 3x square. And same here is 3 multiply minus 4, you get minus 12x. And last is the plus 3 into plus 4 is plus 12. Now you see here 2x cube is written as it is. Next, minus 8 plus 3x square is equal to minus 5x square plus 8x minus 12x, that is equal to minus 4x plus 12 is the answer. The next question, factorize completely 1 plus x minus y minus xy. Now you see here, firstly you take the common in first two terms. You see here there is no common, we write as 1 as a common, 1 plus x. Next you see here the common is in the both term is y. Now we write it minus y. Therefore we can write it 1 minus plus y is taken as a common, that's become plus x. Now that's equal to 1 plus x into 1 minus y. And this is the answer. Now the next part B, you see here 2x cube minus 8xy square. Firstly, you will take the common. You see here, this is the 2 as a common, and x cube and x, 2x will be the common. Therefore, the expression become x square minus 9y square. And that can be written as x whole square minus 3y whole square. Now, therefore, 2x is written as it is. That value, we use the identity a square minus b square equal to a plus b into a minus b. Now, here is first term is a is x, b plus 3y, and here is x and b is y, now minus 3y. And this is the answer of this part B. Now the next question. Question 21. The graph of cubic function has two turning points. When x is less than 0, when x is greater than 4, the gradient of the graph is positive. When x is greater than 0 and less than 4, the gradient of graph is negative. The graph passes through the origin. Sketch the graph. Firstly, we draw a roughly cubical graph. Now you can see here are two turning points. Now the gradient of the graph before this turning point is positive. Now you see here we take a tangent at this line. The gradient at the graph will be positive, and same here after this turning point the gradient of this graph is also positive. Now we name it, suppose the value of x is a. Now the before x is less than a, the gradient of the graph is positive, and x is greater than b, the gradient of the graph is also positive. Now you see here x is less than 0 and x is greater than 4, the gradient of the graph is positive. Therefore, we can write x is less than 0. Here we write x is greater than 4. Now you see here between these two turning points, the gradient of the graph is negative. You can take tangent. You see here when you take tangent, this tangent is negative. Gradient of this tangent is negative. Therefore, gradient of the graph between x is greater than a and less than b, the gradient of graph is negative. Now we can write it as x is greater than 4 and less than 4. Greater than 0 and less than 4. Now you see here we draw the graph here. The graph passes through origin, therefore we mark the origin. Now you see here therefore we draw this, and same here mark the position 1, 2, 3, 4. Now from these turning points the gradient of graph is positive. Now the gradient of the graph between 4 and 0 is negative, therefore we can draw the curve in this way, and this is the cubical graph of this question. Now go to the next question. Question 22. On the diagram, sketch the graph y equal to cos x for x is greater than 0 and less than 360. To draw the graph, firstly we take some values of x. Now you see here I take value 0, 90, 180, 270 and 360. Against these values, the value of cos x, it would be 1, cos 90 is 0, cos 180 is -1, cos 270 is 0 and 360, it would be 1. You can calculate it from the calculator. Now firstly we mention the 0, 90, 180 and 270. You see here this is 360. The middle of this value would be 180. You should mark this number by using the scale, and from the middle of this value it would be 180, and the middle of 180 it would be 90, and that is the middle of this it is 270. Now we mark these values. Cos when x is 0, y is 1. You see here this is 1 value. Now next is cos is 90, x is 90, cos x is 0, it means y is 0, therefore that is the point. And 180 to -1, this is 180 and that value, and this is the -1. Now you see here 270 is 0, you mark this value. 360 is 1, this is the 1. Now you join these values. You can join these points, and this is the graph of cos x. You can write it y equal to cos x. Now, to find the value of second part B, solve the equation cos x equal to -1/2. It means y equal to -1/2. You draw a line here, y equal to -1/2. I draw this line, and this line intersects the graph at this position and at this position. Now, you can mark the point here. These points will be the value of x. Against this is the value of x. Now you see here, this point is the value of x. You can see the position of at this position, the value of x. Now you can see here, the length is 2 centimeter, and at this position is 4 centimeter according to this digital scale. You can calculate these value from their scale. Now this is the digital scale. I think some error may be in this scale. Now from this value, we see that is the position 6 centimeter. You see here, when the 6 centimeter, the angle is 360 degree. Now when the 1 centimeter, the angle would be 360 over 6, that will be equal to 60. And then 2 centimeter, the value will be equal to 60 multiplied by 2. The value equal to 120. Now you see here the 4 centimeter, the value becomes 60 multiplied by 4, that's equal to 240. Therefore, now you can write the angle against this value. The angle, this angle will be equal to 120 degree, and that angle is equal to 240 degree. Therefore, the y equal to -1/2, this is the line y equal to -1/2. It intersects the curve at this position where x is equal to 120 degree and y equal to 240 degree. This is the answer. Question 23, y is inversely proportional to square root x. Now we write y is inversely square root of x, and next is the x is directly proportional to w square. We write it as directly proportional to w square. Now we have to find when w equal to 12, y equal to 12, y in terms of w. Now we see that here is y is equal to, now we take the constant k1, that's equal to under root x. Therefore, we can write it as y equal to k1 over under root x, and next is x equal to, we take the constant k2 as omega square. Now we substitute the value here. We have to find y in terms of w. Now we eliminate x here. Now we put the value x in this equation. Now you see here, y is equal to k over x is k2w. Now we write it k2 w square square root. Now we can write it y equal to k over square root of k2, k1 over square root of k2 into 1 over w square square root is w. Now therefore, you see here, these are both are constant. When you constant divided by constant, we get a next constant. Now we name it as k1 over k2 square root equal to k. Now we can write it y equal to k over w. Now y is 12, is written as it is, and w is also 12. Therefore, you see here k will be equal to 12 multiplied 12 is 144. Therefore, we can write it as y equal to 144 over w, and this is the answer. Question 24. Violet and Wilfred recorded their times to run 200 meters correct to nearest second. Now, Violet took 36 seconds and Wilfred took 39 seconds. Work out the upper bound of the difference between their time. Now, firstly, you see here this is the Violet time. We name it as T1, and that is 36 seconds. And Wilfred time, we name it as T2, that is 39 seconds. And this is nearest second. It means nearest second mean the error will be 1 over 2 second means 0.5 second. Therefore, plus minus 0.5, and this value is plus minus 0.5. Now the difference between their time, that's equal to delta t, and we have to take the upper bound values. Now upper bound value will be equal to T2 minus T1. Now you see here, T2 will be upper bound and T1 will be lower bound value. Now T2 upper bound value will be 39 plus 0.5. Next is the minus T1 lower bound value, that will be, it would be 36 minus 0.5. Therefore, 39 plus 0.5 minus 36 minus plus 0.5. Now we can write it as 39, 0.5, 0.5 plus 1 minus 36, then the 40 minus 36 equal to 4. And this is the answer. Question 25. A bag contains 5 red balls, 4 blue balls, and 3 green balls. Megan picks a ball at random. Write down the probability that ball is red or blue. Now the probability ball is red or blue will be equal to probability of red plus probability of blue ball. Now the probability of red ball, you see here, 5 red balls. Now the total balls you see here are 12. 12 totals ball. Therefore, you will choose 5 red ball out of 12. 5 over 12 is the probability. Next is the blue, 4 out of 12. Now you see here, when you add this 9 over 12, now we simplify it. That is 3 times 3 and 3 times 4. And 3 over 4 is the answer. Question 25, part second. Megan replaces the ball. She picks a ball, random, notes the color, and replaces the ball. She repeats this 60 times. Calculate the number of times the ball is expected to be red or blue. You see here the probability of red or blue is 3 over 4. And this experiment here, the number of times the ball expected to be red or blue, you see here she repeats the experiment 60 times. Therefore, the number of time expected, the ball is expected, it would be 60 multiply the probability of R or blue. Now that's equal to 60 multiplied by 3 over 4, and we can calculate it, that's equal to 45. Next is the part B. Picks two of the 12 ball at random without replacement. Calculate the probability that the balls are different colors. Now the probability of different color balls plus probability of same color balls will be equal to 1. Therefore, we can calculate the probability of different color balls will be equal to 1 minus probability of same color ball. It would be easy to calculate the probability of different color balls in this way. Now the probability of same color balls, you can write it 1 minus probability of RR or probability of blue or probability of green. Now you can see here the total balls, red balls are 5 and blue balls are 4, green balls are 3. Therefore, we can write it the probability of RR if we take two balls without replacement. The first, you take the first ball is red, that is 5 out of 12. Next, you take the second red ball, the one ball will be less, therefore the total ball will become 11 and total red ball become 4. And then is the probability of blue plus probability of blue balls. It would be 4 out of 12. When you take first ball without replacement, then the total balls blue become 3 and total become 11. 3 out of 11. Next is the green. You see here totals are 3 green ball. Therefore, probability of first pick when the ball is green, that is 3 into 12. And when you take the second ball is green, the balls without the replacement, therefore the total ball, green ball, it would be 2 out of 11. Now you can see here that's value equal to 1 minus, that is 20 plus 12 plus 6 over 12 multiply 11. Both the denominators of all these fractions are same. Therefore, 12 multiply 11, you can write it as 132. Now that's equal to 132 minus, you see here, and that is 26 plus 12, that is 38 over 132. And that is equal to 94 over 132. Now you divide by 2, you get 47 over 66. 47 over 66 is the answer. Now the part C. In the part C, you see here Mary picks a ball random without replacement from the 12 balls. When she picks a green ball, she stops. The probability that she picks a ball on pick n is 21 over 220. Find the value of n. You see here the probability, you will stop the probability when you get the green ball. Firstly, we see that we pick the first ball other than green. We see that there are 9 balls totals other than green, 5 and plus 4, 5 red balls and 4 blue balls. Total balls are 9 balls other than green. Now, therefore, if we pick the first ball other than green is 9 out of 12. Now we see that, suppose that we pick the second attempt, we get the green ball. Therefore, total the probability of green ball, it would be 3 out of 11 because without replacement, the one ball is already less. Therefore, you see here when you multiply this, you cannot obtain 21 over 220. Now you move the second option. You'd see here 9 when you take the first ball is not a green, no 9 over 12. Second is not green, you see here. And you pick the second ball is not green, you see the probability it would be 8 over 11. And next is suppose is the green ball. Now the probability it would be 3 out of 11 because the third attempts, the one without replacement, you see here the total balls become 10 when you takes the third attempts the green ball. Now when you multiply these values, you cannot get the 21 over 220. Now, yes, therefore, you see next attempt. Now you can see here 9 over 11, 8 over 11, 7 over 10, and then is the fourth pick. You see here the green ball. Now, when you multiply all these values, that is not equal to 21 over 220. Next is the option is the when the first attempt, first pick, you see 9 over 12, second pick is 8 over 11, third it is 7 over 12, fourth is 6 over 9, and third is, you see here, fifth ball is green. When you simplify this value, you get the 21 over 220, and this is the answer is the n 1, 2, 3, 4th, and fifth pick. Fifth is the n is the fifth, 5 is the answer of this question.